My name is Morgan Whiter, and I am worthy of being loved unconditionally. Throughout my life, I've had so many blessings, so many opportunities to see the world, try new things, and do new things. But the biggest blessing, the most important blessing, my first blessing was the gift of my mom and dad. Having them in my corner and knowing they have always had my back has given me the confidence to do things beyond my wildest dreams. From my dad, I learned the importance of a good book, the joy of writing, and the importance of connecting with others. And from my fabulous mother, I learned the gift of style and the importance of showing up as your very best self. The three of us make a wonderful team, and not a day goes by that I'm not thankful to have these two incredibly loving, amazing, powerful, incredibly smart people in my life. Thank you, God, for my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for this life.
Well, we left South Carolina in 1985 when Morgan was about 18 months old. She was an interesting little kid at the time. And I think she was probably excited about the idea of going. It was a little bit of an adventure. We didn't know what to expect. We'd heard all the rumors about Minnesota, what it was like. And so we were a little bit nervous about all of that. But we got there and she was, got her into school. It was a good experience for her. I think her life made a real big turn at that point. She was loved by all of her classmates. She was like the jewel of the class. Teachers loved her. She was hardworking, respectful, but certainly strong-willed and self-directed. So that was really a good experience for her. My proudest moment of Morgan, well, quite frankly, I probably have several proudest moments for Morgan, but probably the biggest was her graduation from Georgetown. She applied on a last-minute whim. She had gotten accepted to all the several schools that were good, but she walked on Georgetown's campus and bam, that was it for her. And she knew it immediately. It wasn't like any second guessing. All the other schools we attended, she was just like, maybe, Dad, I could do this, but there was always a but. She hit Georgetown's campus, Daddy, I'm home. And that was it. So that was probably the proudest moment. But throughout Morgan's life, she's given us a lot of proud moments, from teachers talking overwhelmingly about her, her friends, her willingness to take adventure, to do things that was outside of the norm for her. Her graduation, high school graduation speech was phenomenal. It took some very simple concepts and developed them into very, very detailed kind of perspective in terms of talking to her classmates. And so that was probably the second proudest moment is that speech. To me, that clearly showed that she was going to be a writer. She knew how to take ideas and parlay them into messages for people. And for me, it was clear. It just confirmed what I had already believed, that she would be a writer, even though she denied it all the way through. If I could give Morgan one thing, a piece of advice that I'd give her, it would probably be multifold. And one would be is certainly have patience. And in today's world, everything is moving so fast that sometimes we don't take the time to sort of reflect on where we've been and where we want to go. So I'd certainly give her that as a piece. Otherwise, she's got all the other pieces of things, and quite frankly, I probably learned more from Morgan than she could ever learn from me. So from that perspective, her ability to take things and do things, I'd tell her to continue doing that, but along the way learn patience. And not only patience with people, but with circumstances, with life in general. And I think that would serve her to go a long, long way.
Saturdays were our very special times together. Morgan and I would shop, basically, all day on Saturdays. And it was probably the most enjoyable time that I had with her. It was like those solo experiences where I could see in her eyes that she was very curious about what Mom was doing. She would, and I would ask her questions about what looked good on me and what didn't look good on me. But we would take the station wagon Benz and shop all day, pretty much on Saturdays. And I really think that experience of trying to determine what style looked good on me, what style didn't look nice on me, dressing her every day in frilly clothes, or trying to, was a learning experience for her. My proudest Morgan's moment was very recent. It's when her book was published. And I say that very honestly because all the other moments were those moments that were what I would consider expected. You know, she was expected to graduate from high school with honors, and she did. She was expected to go to college and graduate with honors, and she did. She was expected to take a job away from home, and she did. What was not expected from my standpoint, my personal standpoint, was for her to write a book. And I have never ever been so proud of her for going against the norm. You know, I will say that we have not been the best parents, but I think we have been good parents. We have encouraged her to challenge herself, and I think this was probably one of the biggest challenges for her. And she exceeded I can speak for my husband and I, but she exceeded our expectations. My goal for Morgan is probably not the norm, because I really don't know what her definition of true happiness is. You know, as a mom, our daughter has always been incredibly, I guess, different from others. She's always paved her own way. So I really can't say that getting married, having a house with a white picket fence and 3 kids would make her happy. I don't know. She has the foundation, she has the family support, she has the education, she has the humor, she has the beauty. So she can really, whatever she desires to be, we're going to be there to support her. And I think the sky is the limit for her at this point in her life. And I really want her to not be afraid to step out. My prayers at night is for both of us to be here to see her achieve that happiness and that success.
My name is Morgan Whiter, and I am worthy of being loved unconditionally.